Jason finally learns Ronnie's real name. It's all a lie. ABC General Hospital spoilers. Port Charles has seen its fair share of secrets, betrayals, and shocking identity twists, but nothing compares to the bombshell about to drop in the latest General Hospital storyline. For months, fans have been speculating about the mysterious past of Ronnie Domestico, the late detective whose shadow continues to haunt several residents. But in a stunning twist that no one saw coming, Jason Morgan uncovers the truth, and it turns out Ronnie's real name changes everything we thought we knew. As the story unfolds, Jason's relentless search for answers will unravel decades of deceit, hidden government files, and a conspiracy that reaches into the very heart of the Corinthos organization and even ties into Sonny's darkest days. Brace yourself, GH fans. This revelation will reshape the canvas of General Hospital forever. It all begins innocently enough. Jason, Steve Burton, is back in his penthouse, sifting through old case files connected to the Corinthos coffee business, part of his ongoing effort to clean up the mess left after Brennan's takedown. But among the stacks of invoices and reports, one folder stands out. It's old, dusty, and marked only with a faded label, R. Domestico, Confidential. Inside the file, Jason finds something that doesn't fit, a birth certificate. But it doesn't say Ronnie Domestico. It lists a different name entirely, Ronald Marcus D'Angelo. Jason frowns. He's seen a lot of fake documents over the years, but this one feels different. The signature belongs to a woman named Delia Colby D'Angelo, and a note scribbled in the margin reads, "Protect him from Sonny at all costs." The discovery hits Jason like a freight train. Why would anyone need to protect Ronnie from Sonny Corinthos? Weren't they supposed to be allies, at least once upon a time? And more importantly, if Ronnie Domestico wasn't even his real name, then who was the man who infiltrated Port Charles PD and manipulated everyone around him? Meanwhile, Dante Falconeri, Dominic's Emprogna, is grappling with his own ghosts. Ronnie was his former partner, and for years, Dante carried guilt for not seeing how corrupt Ronnie had become before his violent end. But now Jason shows up at his door with that birth certificate. Ronnie's real name wasn't Domestico, Jason tells him bluntly. It was D'Angelo. Does that mean anything to you? Dante freezes. The name hits him like a punch to the gut. D'Angelo. That name was on a list. Back when my father was still running Bensonhurst, there was a D'Angelo family tied to the feds. Sonny mentioned it once, said they vanished after a deal went bad. Jason's blue eyes narrow. Vanished? Or were they erased? Dante exhales shakily. The implications are chilling. If Ronnie was part of a witness protection operation, everything from his badge to his loyalty could have been a lie. The very foundation of their friendship, fake. The two men decide to dig deeper, breaking into old NYPD archives and sealed FBI documents. What they uncover will leave them both speechless, and put them on a collision course with one of Sonny's most dangerous secrets. Back in Bensonhurst, Delia Ryan, Eileen Kristen, a face familiar to GH and Ryan's Hope fans alike, makes an unexpected return. When Dante and Jason track the name Delia Colby D'Angelo to an old diner in Brooklyn, they are shocked to find the fiery redhead alive and serving coffee as if time stood still. Ronnie Domestico. Delia repeats, trembling slightly when Jason mentions the name. That's not what we called him. My boy's name was Ronnie D'Angelo. He had to become Domestico to stay alive. Jason leans forward. Who made him change his name? Delia looks up, eyes glistening with a mix of fear and regret. Ask Sonny Corinthos. He's the one who signed the order. Dante's jaw tightens. You're saying my father put Ronnie in witness protection? Delia shakes her head. Not protection, detective. Reprogramming. Ronnie wasn't hiding from the mob. He was working for them. And your father knew it. The truth begins to form like a dark storm cloud. Ronnie wasn't some rogue cop. He was an undercover operative, trained, controlled, and inserted into the PCPD for one purpose, to keep tabs on Sonny's enemies and clean up loose ends. And worse, he might have been Jason's handler at one point. Jason's memory has always been a fractured puzzle. Since his 1996 accident, he's accepted that there are gaps, pieces of his life erased forever. But something about the D'Angelo revelation triggers flashes he can't ignore. A basement. A gun. A voice whispering, "Trust me, Jason, Sonny can never know." He remembers standing over a body, blood pooling at his feet, and Ronnie pulling him away, saying, "You did what you had to. You're one of us now." Jason reels as the pieces click together.
Ronnie hadn't just been a friend or an ally.
He'd been part of Jason's conditioning, the early manipulation that turned him from Quatermain heir into Sonny's lethal enforcer. For years, Jason assumed it was pure loyalty that made him protect Sonny's empire.
But now, he wonders, was it all programming?
Was Ronnie the key to everything that turned Jason Morgan into the man he became? When Jason confronts Sonny, Maurice Bernard, the usually composed mob boss shows cracks. "I did what I had to do," Sonny admits quietly. "Ronnie was trouble from day one. He wasn't who he said he was, but I couldn't let the feds use him against us. So, I flipped him first."
Jason's jaw tightens.
"You turned him into a cop." "I turned him into a ghost," Sonny says darkly.
Someone who could move between both sides. But he went too far. Started believing his own lies.
The tension between Jason and Sonny reaches a breaking point. Jason, once unquestioningly loyal, now sees the full picture. Ronnie was a pawn in Sonny's game, but Jason himself might have been another piece on the same board. Sonny pleads, "You don't understand, Jace. Ronnie was dangerous. He had files, recordings, things that could destroy all of us. I thought I buried them with him."
Jason looks at him, voice cold. "Then you thought wrong."
Dante and Jason's search leads them to Ronnie's old locker at the PCPD, sealed since his death. Inside, they find a small, encrypted flash drive. Dante brings it to Spinelli, Bradford Anderson, who nearly faints from excitement at the challenge. "This encryption is serious, old WSB tech. Not something a street cop could access," Spinelli mutters. After hours of coding and coffee, the drive unlocks. Inside are dozens of recordings, private conversations between Sonny, Jason, and other key players from the early 2000s. But one file stands out, D'Angelo_project. The footage shows a secret WSB briefing. On screen, an agent explains that Ronnie D'Angelo, alias Ronnie Domestico, was placed under a deep cover mission to infiltrate Sonny's inner circle, assess Jason Morgan's behavioral conditioning, and report on memory tampering outcomes. Jason stares at the screen in horror.
He wasn't just Sonny's enforcer.
He was a WSB experiment, and Ronnie was his handler all along. Determined to uncover the truth, Jason visits Anna Devane, Finola Hughes. When he presents the drive,
"Where did you find this?"
Anna looks stunned, she whispers, recognizing the WSB seal. "Jason, these were part of Project Phoenix. It was designed to test post-traumatic amnesia subjects, people whose memories could be rewritten." Jason's voice hardens. "You mean me?"
Anna nods slowly. "The program was terminated years ago.
The WSB lost control after one of the agents went rogue. That agent's codename was Dante's partner."
Jason's heart sinks.
Ronnie wasn't just another cop, he was the rogue operative who twisted his own mission to serve his personal vendetta. Anna reveals one final bombshell. Ronnie's real birth identity wasn't D'Angelo or Domestico, those were both aliases. His true name, buried under sealed WSB records, was Ronald Jason Reeves. Jason stiffens. Reeves. That name has history in Port Charles, the same name as Hayden Barnes' family. Could Ronnie have been connected to Hayden and Naomi
a warning
Dreyfus
shot
all
that
along?
grazes Ronnie's arm.
As the investigation widens, Jason tracks
But Ronnie
down
only
Hayden
laughs.
Barnes, Rebecca
"You're not
Budig,
just Jason
who's been
Morgan.
living under an
You're
assumed
the result
identity
of Ronnie
in London.
Reeves' rebellion."
When she opens the door,
Before
she's
Jason
shocked
can
to see
react,
Jason standing
Dante
there,
bursts in,
holding a photo
weapon
of Ronnie.
drawn. "Do you
Drop
recognize
it,
this
both
man?"
of you.
Jason
Ronnie
asks
looks
at Dante sadly.
Hayden's face goes
"You
pale.
are like a brother to me.
That's my
but you were
uncle.
never supposed to see this."
The connection blows everything
He presses
wide
a
open.
detonator,
Ronnie,
and the entire
or rather,
warehouse
Ronald
erupts in
Jason
flames.
Reeves, had
In
been
the
the
wreckage,
illegitimate son
Jason
of Raymond
drags
Reeves,
Dante to safety,
making him Hayden's
but Ronnie's
uncle
body
and
is never
Elizabeth Weber's
found.
distant cousin
The
by
only
marriage.
clue left behind
Jason
is a
realizes
scorched
that
file
the
marked
Reeves
ML
family had
Project,
deep ties to
subject
WSB
02,
funding, and that the program
Anna
that
later
turned him into
decodes the
Sunny
initials,
Soldier was financed by
Marcus
Naomi
Reeves.
Dreyfus herself.
Jason realizes
Ronnie
in
was
horror
meant
that
to keep
Ronnie
the
had a
experiment
twin contained.
Marcus,
Instead,
the real architect
he
behind
weaponized
Project
it,
Phoenix,
turning Jason
and the man
into the
now pulling the
perfect
strings
instrument
from the
of control.
shadows. The
Back in
lie
Port
wasn't just
Charles,
Ronnie's name.
Elizabeth Weber,
It was the
Rebecca
entire
Herbst,
identity.
finds
The man
herself
everyone
drawn into
knew
the
as
storm.
Ronnie Domestico
When
wasn't
Jason
even the
shares
original
what he's
operative.
learned,
She
he
was
feels
the
the
decoy.
walls closing
With the
in.
truth out,
"You're saying
Jason
Ronnie,
faces a
the
choice.
same man who
Walk
terrorized
away,
Lulu and
or
nearly
uncover the
destroyed
final
Dante's
layer of the
career,
conspiracy
was part
that
of my
shaped his
family."
life, she whispers.
He chooses the latter.
Jason nods.
"I've spent half
and he
my
used
life
that
protecting
connection
other
to get
people's
close to
secrets."
you. Jason
was
trying
trying
to
to
protect
protect
the
quiet
truth,
final scene.
or maybe bury
Now
it.
it's time to destroy them.
Elizabeth recalls something
Sam
haunting.
looks at him,
Years
eyes
ago,
full of love
Ronnie
and
had
worry.
once cornered her
"What
in the
if the
hospital
truth
and
breaks
said,
you?"
"You and Jason.
Jason replies,
You were never supposed
"Then
to
I'll
meet.
finally know who
if you
I
knew
am."
who he really was."
In the
You'd
closing
run.
moments,
Anna
now
receives
those
a new
words
intelligence
echo like a
report from the
prophecy fulfilled.
WSB.
As
As
the
the
revelations
revelations mount,
she opens
Sonny's
it and
world
freezes.
crumbles.
The
With
header
Jason
reads,
demanding full disclosure,
Project Phoenix,
Sonny
Phase
finally
3,
admits
authorized
the
by
unthinkable.
director Marcus
I didn't
Reeves.
just flip Ronnie.
Below
Sonny
it,
says through
a
clenched
final
teeth.
note.
I
Subject
used
01,
him.
the feds
Jason
were
Morgan.
closing in,
Status
and I needed leverage.
active. Ronnie agreed
Anna
to take
whispers,
the fall for one of my
"Dear
hits
God,
in
it's
exchange
not
for
over."
protection. But when
This
he started
shocking
getting
General
too
Hospital
close to
twist
Elizabeth,
not only
I
rewrites
pulled the
Ronnie
plug.
Domestico's
legacy, but
Jason
also
stares at
redefines
him,
Jason Morgan's
silent,
entire
eyes
existence.
dark with betrayal.
The man known for
You
his
had him
unshakable
killed.
loyalty and stoic
Sonny
heroism
doesn't
may have
deny
been
it.
living a programmed
He left me no
life,
choice.
manipulated by the
Jason
very
walks
people
away,
he trusted most.
a man divided
as the
between
fallout
rage
spreads
and
through
revelation.
Port Charles.
For the
Fans
first
can
time in
expect
decades,
explosive
he's not
confrontations,
sure whether his lived his
emotional
own
reckonings,
life, or
and a
someone
possible
else's
return
design.
of other WSB
Just as everyone
connected
begins
characters
to
like
accept
Drew
Ronnie's
Kane,
secrets
Victor
will die with
Cassidy
him
in flashbacks,
the unthinkable happens.
and even Robin Scorpio
in a chilling
Drake.
Friday cliffhanger.
But one thing is clear:
a man with a familiar
nothing in
smirk
Jason's
and a
world
bullet
was
scar
ever
appears
real.
at a Port Charles
Ronnie's
motel,
death,
checking
Sonny's
in under the
control,
name Marcus
and the
D'Angelo.
WSB's interference
When he
all
removes
point
his
to one
sunglasses,
haunting truth.
the camera zooms in. It's Ronnie, alive. Or rather, the man formerly known as Ronnie. In his first scene back, Ronnie meets with an unknown woman in a dark car. They think they've solved it, he says. But Jason's about to learn what I really am. The woman passes him a folder marked Phase 2. Inside, photos of Jason, Dante, Elizabeth, and Sonny, all targets. Ronnie smiles coldly. It's time to finish what the WSB started. Jason senses something is off long before the official confirmation. Nightmares return. Flashes of Ronnie whispering orders, of blood and loyalty tangled beyond comprehension. He begins training harder, isolating himself, determined to take control of his own mind before anyone else can. Sam, Kelly Monaco, returns to check on him, urging him to stop chasing ghosts. But Jason's conviction grows stronger. He's not done until the real Ronnie is buried, and the truth about Project Phoenix is destroyed. Dante, caught between loyalty to his badge and his father, spirals. The revelation that Sonny manipulated both him and Ronnie forces him to question every moral line he's ever drawn. Meanwhile, Anna scrambles to contain the fallout as the WSB reopens its investigation, fearing exposure of their illegal memory experiments. The truth comes to a head in the old Corinthos warehouse, the same place where Ronnie died years ago. Jason arrives armed and ready. Ronnie steps out of the shadows, smirking. "You finally know who I am," he says. "But you don't know why I did it." Jason growls. "You turned me into a weapon." Ronnie shakes his head. "No, Jason. They did. I tried to stop them. I erased your file, the one that proved you were engineered. But Sonny, he sold it to the WSB. He's the reason you became their prototype." Jason's eyes flicker, disbelief mixing with fury. "Ask yourself," Ronnie taunts, "why does Sonny always know what you're thinking? Why did he always say you were his greatest creation?" Jason fires, a warning shot that grazes Ronnie's arm. "Stop lying." But Ronnie only laughs. "You're not just Jason Morgan. You're the result of Ronnie Reeves' rebellion." Before Jason can react, Dante bursts in, weapon drawn. "Drop it, both of you." Ronnie looks at Dante sadly. "You are like a brother to me, but you were never supposed to see this." He presses a detonator, and the entire warehouse erupts in flames. In the wreckage, Jason drags Dante to safety, but Ronnie's body is never found. The only clue left behind is a scorched file marked MR Project, Subject 02. Anna later decodes the initials, Marcus Reeves. Jason realizes in horror that Ronnie had a twin, Marcus, the real architect behind Project Phoenix, and the man now pulling the strings from the shadows. The lie wasn't just Ronnie's name. It was the entire identity. The man everyone knew as Ronnie Domestico wasn't even the original operative. He was a decoy. With the truth out, Jason faces a choice: walk away, or uncover the final layer of the conspiracy that shaped his life. He chooses the latter. "I've spent half my life protecting other people's secrets," Jason tells Sam in a quiet final scene. "Now it's time to destroy them." Sam looks at him, eyes full of love and worry. "What if the truth breaks you?" Jason replies, "Then I'll finally know who I am." In the closing moments, Anna receives a new intelligence report from the WSB, marked Top Secret. She opens it and freezes. The header reads, "Project Phoenix, Phase 3, authorized by Director Marcus Reeves." Below it, a final note. Subject 01, Jason Morgan. Status, active. Anna whispers, "Dear God, it's not over." This shocking General Hospital twist not only rewrites Ronnie Domestico's legacy but also redefines Jason Morgan's entire existence. The man known for his unshakable loyalty and stoic heroism may have been living a programmed life, manipulated by the very people he trusted most. As the fallout spreads through Port Charles, fans can expect explosive confrontations, emotional reckonings, and a possible return of other WSB-connected characters like Drew Kane, Victor Cassadine, in flashbacks, and even Robin Scorpio Drake. But one thing is clear, nothing in Jason's world was ever real. Ronnie's death, Sonny's control, and the WSB's interference all point to one haunting truth.